Assalamu alaikum class, how are you all? Can you hear me?
Very well, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good too. So today we have our presentations on report, and the first group who is going to present is Muhammad Saim's group, and their topic is social media and cyber crimes. So today we have a lot of presentations who are related to your field as well. So whenever the group is presenting on the topic which is related to your field, so I want all of you to ask some questions from the group members. Okay, so you all need to be very active while listening their presentation so that you can ask questions and there could be a good productive discussion on the topic as well. So Muhammad Saim is the presenter. So Muhammad Saim, kindly on your camera and share your slides so and start your presentation. Muhammad Saim.
मैम स्लाइड्स हो रही हैं जो
Beta, I can see that you are presenting something, but not slides.
वेट अब हो रही हैं
Beta, have you opened your slides?
यस मैम स्लाइड्स ओपन है अब
Yes, I can see now.
ओके मैम स्टार्ट अस्सलाम वालेकुम माय नेम इज मोहम्मद साइम
जी जी.
our topic is social media and cyber crime in Pakistan. First of all, we should know that what is social media
Time your
and
picture, your camera is not on.
camera is not on. अब ठीक है मैम
हाँ जी.
So, my name is Mohammad Saim, and our topic is social media and cyber crimes in Pakistan. So, first of all, we should know that what is social media and what are cyber crimes. So, social media is any digital tool that allows users to quickly create and share content with the public. And the cyber crimes are any activity commissioned with computers, digital devices, and networks used in any cyber crime and is facilitated through the internet medium. The Panda Security divided cyber crimes into two categories. The first crime is that target your devices and your networks, and the second crime is that that criminals use devices to in any criminal activity. So some major crimes are some major crimes in cyber crimes are electronic money laundering, etc. And there are many social media platforms where cybercrime criminals theft your information in Facebook, Twitter, etc. And some techniques of cybercrimes are botnets, cyber stalking, malicious software, child soliciting, abusive materials, identity theft, hacking, etc. We should aware from cyber criminals that they can hack your data. Cy- Hack your data. Cyber criminals hack and inf- infiltrate computer systems with malicious intent, while hackers only seek to find new and innovative ways to use a system, be it for good or bad. So scripted is phishers, scammers, insiders, hacker groups like black hat hackers, white hat hackers, and grey hat hackers are included in the cyber criminals. Cyber criminals use different softwares to hack your profile, website, etc. They use some techniques. So, to stop the cyber crimes, Pakistan government proposed a bill in 2015. The main objective of this cyber crime bill is that the first point is that it will be a criminal offense to send messages or photos to anyone's email or mobile phone without the consent of the recipient. If the government finds any website or blog inappropriate in any sense, then they can block it. Food shops, restaurants, hotels, offices, bus stations, airports, and wherever the internet facility is provided, they will be bound to preserve the usage information for 3 months. The purpose of our survey is to solve some questions like to which extent people know about cyber crimes. Did social media users have knowledge about cyber laws? Did they are satisfied to these laws? And methodology. So we have used the questionnaire methodology in our survey. We have asked different questions from the different students from the students of different universities. Like that question: is there any significant level of awareness? Are heavy users of social media are more aware of cyber crimes and cyber laws? So we have got these results like 60% male users know about cyber crimes and 40% female users know about cyber crimes. So in this male students are more interactive with the cyber crimes, and um, they know much more than females. And the second one is we have divided our survey into two variables like education level, in which graduation and post graduation is included, and the second one is gender. Second one is that we gave them four options: very greatly, sometimes, and never. So 47.2% male uh, were aware of their legal rights, and 52.8% female users were aware of their legal rights, and 66.7% male students are satisfied with the cyber laws and legal procedures in Pakistan, but only 33.3% female female students satisfied with the cyber laws and legal procedures in Pakistan. So what we conclude in this topic, most of the students said that they are uh, aware of cyber crimes very greatly, but there are a few of them who are not aware of it. It is seemed that male students are more aware with comparatively to female students. Over 50% of students seemed satisfied very greatly with the cyber laws, but there are only few students who are not satisfied with the laws. Both graduate and postgraduate students who are heavy users of social media are more aware of cyber crimes, but the lack of knowledge of different techniques that cyber criminals use to target them. So male students are more aware of their cyber laws, and they are more satisfied with their cyber laws and cyber laws. But female students are not much aware of their cyber rights comparative to male students. This is our conclusion. Thank you very much. मैम हो गया वो.
Sorry, my mic was off. Okay, I was saying that thank you very much for this presentation. Your presentation was very appropriate, and your slides were also very appropriate, and you were very well dressed as well, and you were very well conversed as well. I have some questions from the group members. Bilal is here. Bilal, do we have Bilal, Saim, or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, where is Bilal?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, beta. For my first question is, uh, Saim discussed some cyber crimes like botnets. What is that? What is botnet?
Ma'am, it's a major technique.
Can you explain what it is? Saim, keep it on to this page. Yes, this page. Can you explain first three? Botnets, cyber stalking, and malicious software. Time open that PPT slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ready.
Bilal, can you explain first three? Okay, Haroon. Haroon is here.
Yes, ma'am.
Ji, Haroon, can you tell me about wait a minute, black and white hacking? What it is?
Yes, ma'am.
What is evolution? Evolution is caused by the presence of toxic substance in the atmosphere mainly produced by human activity. Air pollution is a
Bilal,
Ma'am,
kindly off your
black
microphone. Ji.
मैम ब्लैक हैट हैकर्स होते हैं जो कि किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के थ्रू हैकिंग नहीं करते, इलीगल तरीके से हैकिंग करते हैं, ठीक है, सिस्टम्स को। लेकिन वाइट हैट हैकर्स जो होते हैं उनमें कैटेगरी आती है जो कि किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के थ्रू, किसी गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन या किसी प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूट के अंडर रहकर दूसरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस का डाटा हैक करते हैं, उनका डाटा जो है वो लीक करते हैं।
Okay. Okay, Haroon, kindly off your microphone.
Okay, ma'am.
Kindly give me answers in English, otherwise I will deduct your mark. Okay, Fahad Ali is here.
Yes, ma'am.
Ji, Fahad Ali, can you explain first three these techniques of cyber crimes? What these are: botnets, cyber stalking, and malicious software.
Ma'am, basically malicious softwares include such type of softwares which can be dangerous for your computer. From this such type of softwares, hackers use such softwares to break your connection and to steal your data. And cyber stalking is somehow related to this because these are the process of hacking. Okay, then cyber stalking in these processes they use emails to which they send to recipient, from which if recipient on these mails or links, then his computer can be hacked.
Okay, and what is botnet?
Ma'am, these are Ma'am, these all are somehow related to each other. Botnets, cyber stalking, and malicious software through which the hacker or creator enter the system of the user and they can store their identity and store their data.
I know these all are the tools which hackers use, but there might be a difference in each of these tools, because when they have the different names, there might be a difference in each of these tools as well. But matlab,
Ma'am,
if you want to use botnet, what is the reason of using botnet? If
okay, okay.
Ghulam Mustafa is using identity theft or spamming, what is the reason of choosing spamming on botnet?
Ma'am, Botnet is somehow creating a network between connection between two or two than more than two computers, from which one computer send uh, some type of software and they can enter to the computer of other user from this network. Actually, I wanted to explain that botnets is offline. It doesn't need any type of internet connection, but the computer must be online. For example, they all computers are on the network and they have somehow created a network with each other, but this doesn't need an internet connection.
Excuse
Okay,
me,
thank
ma'am.
you very much, Fahad. Ji, beta.
Ma'am, some students are unable to join the class session.
Why? So, there was the one student, there was a one person who was joining, but not from his university ID. If some students are trying to join from any other ID, they should use their own university ID so that they can
Ma'am,
join.
they're using their own IDs, but they're unable to join. They're using USA's ID
How do you all join the class?
from the link.
Because so nobody needs any permission from my side if they are joining from university ID.
All right, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, next is Husnain.
मैम मैं आ गया हूँ मेरा लैपटॉप बंद हो गया था काइंडली
Acha. Ji. Sign next page, please.
मैम ये वाली स्लाइड
Acha, Bilal, can
यस मैम
okay, can you hear me now?
यस यस
Yes, can you explain some cyber laws better?
It will be a criminal offense to send message or photos to anyone's email or mobile phone without the consent of the recipient. If the government find any website or blog inappropriate in any sense, we will block it, such as food places, shop, restaurant, uh, airports, wherever the internet facility is provided, they will be bound or preserve the usage information for 3 months. Otherwise,
These techniques are written. Next page is where this, I think, previous page, on the previous page, the cybercrime tools were written there. Bilal, explain about what is scammer or what is script kiddies. Yes. Next page.
Ma'am, okay.
Bilal, can you hear me? Ji,
Yes,
explain
yes.
script kiddies and scammer.
Ma'am, script, a person who committed fraud or participated in dishonest schemes is called scammer.
Yeah?
Ma'am, a person who commits
Hmm?
fraud or participating in the dishonest schemes or other things is called.
Okay, what is the difference between insiders and fishers? What is the difference between insiders and fishers?
Insider and मैम अगेन दोबारा बोलिएगा. मैम
मैम फिर जिसका
insider
पूछ रही
who
थी
crack
फिशर्स.
insiders who crack the system, they cause damage and often unaggregate employees who been fired from the jobs and have other computer skills, the case damage.
Bilal, you started reading from the slides. There
Ma'am, we can't hear you.
Ji, now can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello? Ji, there was an internet issue. Husnain is here or not? Hasnain.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, fine. Now you can stop presenting your slides. And the next group is Air Population in Lahore. The group members are Kamran, Afzal, Muhammad Umar, Haroon Shahid, Humais bin Ghaffar. Are these students here or not? Ji, are
Yes,
these
ma'am, we are here. Yes,
Ji,
ma'am.
beta, start presenting.
Okay, ma'am.
Make sure that there is no background noise, please.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, 1 second. My
Yeah,
group
yeah.
mates are trying to read slides. मैम मैंने कैमरा ऑन करना है नहीं?
जी जी बेटा करना है कैमरा ऑन सबने करना. Those who are not doing, they I'm deducting their marks.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Harun Shahid, and the topic of my report is air pollution in Pakistan.
जी
Introduction ये slides नीचे नहीं हो रही मेरी.
जी बेटा, I can see your slides.
Okay. Ma'am, air pollution is the presence of toxic substance in our atmosphere. It is mainly produced by human activities such as the emission of harmful gases in factories. Air pollution is damaging our lives, our ecosystem, our crops, human lives also. Next slide. Air pollution in Pakistan is causing 135,000 deaths per year, and it is also a leading cause for major sickness in Pakistan. Air pollution is damaging 2.7. It is also reducing our life expectancy in Pakistan. It is damaging 2.7 years of life of a typical Pakistani. But the district Lahore suffered the worst because in Lahore, 5.3 years of their lives are lost because of air pollution. The purpose of my report is to spread the awareness about the harmful effects of air pollution in our lives. It is damaging our life and causing us serious sicknesses. PM. What is PM? PM is particulate matter, also known as particle pollution. It is a general term for extremely small particle and liquid droplet in atmosphere. There are two types of PM, PM 2.5 and PM 10. What is PM 2.5? PM 2.5 is a particular matter which has a diameter of 2.5 micrometer. And what is PM 10? PM 10 is a particular matter which has a diameter of 10 micrometers. These are two major pollutants, particular matter which are present in air pollution. AQI. AQI is an government agency to communicate public how the air is currently polluted. It is a forecast. Different country has their own AQI agencies. Ma'am, this is a chart which is showing the AQI level and their effects, meaning the AQI level 0 to 50 is good, 51 to 100 is moderate, 101 to 150 is unhealthy for sensitive group, 151 to 200 is unhealthy, and 201 to 300 is very unhealthy, and 300 and higher than 300 is hazardous. Ma'am, this is the 5 major cities of Pakistan we observed and their air pollution. When has PM2, Lahore has PM 2.5 of 426, Karachi has PM 2.5 of 190, Peshawar has 97, Quetta has 35, Islamabad is 67. Lahore has the highest PM 2.5 particles in presented its air pollution. Ma'am, this is the chart of concentration of these pollutants. Ma'am, from this report, we have concluded that Lahore air quality is in hazardous stage because it has 426 AQI level. Karachi air quality is unhealthy, Peshawar has moderate air quality, Quetta has good air quality, and Islamabad air quality is moderate.
Thank you very much, Harun. It was a good presentation and your slides were also
Ma'am,
perfect.
recommendation and government action भी है.
जी बताएं.
Ma'am, we recommend to use more natural sources of energy like solar, wind, and geothermal, and avoid using fossil fuels. When government has imposed a ban and dedicated punishment for operating old technologies, brick kilns, for heating in factories, the government also pushed brick kiln owner to shift to cleaner technologies, and it is banning all the old technologies and promoting them to shift to newer technologies. But so far, no drastic measures have been taken by the government to remove the air pollution in Pakistan. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. It was a good topic, and you were also very well versed. But some slides were with all some slides were good, but there were 2 to 3 slides where you have written paragraphs. It is fine for today, but it's my advice for all of you that whenever you prepare your slides, keep it brief. You can only write phrases. Don't even write sentences in your PowerPoint slide, because the difference between Word and PowerPoint is only this, that in your Word you can write document, you can prepare your documents, but a PowerPoint slides is just a helping tool for your presentation. Okay. Some slide only there was a problem in 1 to 2 slides, so otherwise it is okay. Okay. Okay, I have a question from Kamran. Kamran is here.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
G, I can hear you better. Haroon said that you collected data from 5 cities. So, how
Yes,
did
ma'am.
you collect the data from 5 cities within this 1 month?
Ma'am, through internet.
So, it means you didn't collected the data. You got this data of these universities from, these cities from the internet.
Ma'am, we collected the data from different sources. Like we searched the different websites and the different blogs in which it is being mentioned.
Okay. Muhammad Umar, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
So, my question from you is, what is the purpose of your report?
Ma'am, the purpose of our report is to tell how to overcome our pollution in Pakistan, especially in Lahore, which is increasing day by day.
How to?
How to overcome our pollution, smoke, like it is increasing by factories and to different purposes. We have how to overcome this pollution in Lahore, and especially in Lahore, which is increasing year by year, and every year it is increasing their ratio in smoke. And now Lahore is in second. Lahore is second in the world in pollution. How to overcome this pollution is the main purpose of this bodies.
Okay. And your purpose was also to identify the pollution condition in 5 different cities as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Humayas, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Okay. Humayas, I have a question for you. As Haroon said that there is a dangerous situation of pollution in Lahore, and Koita's situation is very good. So, what precautions they were doing that there is no pollution and their situation is good? What is the things government is doing there? What is the status of that particular city?
Ma'am, actually in Lahore there are too much crops burning and brick lanes. Uh, they are
Have you
there.
on your camera?
Just a second, ma'am.
Okay. Ji.
Yes, ma'am. So they are the crop burning and brick lanes are in major. Just a second, ma'am.
Next group members, be ready and don't take so much time, okay?
सॉरी मैम, जरा हैंड फ्री का मसला आ रहा था।
जी जी बेटा, श्योर।
मैम ब्रिकलेंस एंड जो क्रॉप बर्निंग ये बहुत ज़्यादा ये जो स्मोक का और जो पार्टिकुलेट मैटर है, जैसे रू ने बताया, वो 2.5 लाहौर में चल रहा है इस वक्त स्मोक के अंदर, वो पाया जा रहा है, जिसकी वजह से ये ज़्यादा स्मोक है लाहौर की, जिसका 426 इस वक्त AQI कंसंट्रेशन चल रही है।
So what precautions Quetta is taking to avoid this pollution? Oh,
मैम मैम there is actually they are not taking any major precaution.
how their situation is good?
Ma'am,
What they are doing, but they
the
are
number
not
of factories are in Lahore. Number of factories are more than in Quetta.
Okay, okay. Fine, fine. Okay, thank you very much, Umar. It was a good conversation with all of you. So, do we have the next group? Group number 5, gender discrimination, Hafsa Mir group.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, beta. Who is going to present?
Ma'am, Ramin will present.
Okay, Ramin, kindly on your camera and start sharing your screen.
Ma'am, one of our group mates is still unable to join the class.
I don't know what is the reason. Tell who is that? Who is the person? Can you tell me the name?
Yes, ma'am, Usman Iqbal. He's joining from the US's ID, but he's still unable to join.
Did he click the link on Google Stream?
Yes, ma'am. He did click the link as well as the code, that is G6 fun.
So,
Ma'am.
what he can do? Can he visit university on Monday?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will ask questions from him, or if it is easy, because some of you are coming university on the daily basis.
Yes,
If he is
ma'am.
coming on Monday, then he can come to my office. I can ask some questions from him. Otherwise, I can ask some questions in the next class as well. No problem.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome.
मैम स्क्रीन शेयर हो गई?
Not now, beta. Yes, beta, it is visible now. Again, it's not.
Ma'am, now it is visible?
Not with, no, beta. Yes, beta, it is visible now. You can start.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Ramin Zaib and I am here to present our topic, which is about gender discrimination. So the first question that has been come in our mind is, what is gender discrimination? What is meant by gender discrimination? What exactly a word gender discrimination? Gender discrimination is also known as gender inequality. Gender inequality is a process in which men and women do not have their equal rights. It is a process in which men and women are not treated as equal. It is a situation in which men and women finding themselves having gender discrimination while attaining their education goals. So, gender discrimination is very common in all over the world. But if we talk about in Pakistan, girls are the most common victim of this discrimination. As per in our society, men considered more powerful, men considered more superior, men considered more attractive as compared to women, as compared to girls, as compared to a lady. As in our parents prefer males. Our parents prefer their male child. They prefer their education system. They don't even think, they don't even feel what will be the future of their female child. So, this is the beginning of gender discrimination. This is the starting of gender inequality. Violence prevents girls from starting, from entering, from accessing, and completing education. Young age marriages, which are also called child marriage. Don't you think a child marriage can be the result of a sexual violence? Don't you think a child marriage can be the result of sexual exploitation? Don't you think a child marriage, a young age marriage, can be the critical situation for girl in the age of getting knowledge, in the age of getting information, in the age of getting education? Girls are more likely to have a baby child. They are experiencing a higher level of violence committed by their partner. So, to solve this problem by knowing this phenomena and to find what exact facts and figures that what boys and what girls are think about this discrimination, we decided to conduct a survey. Now, the question is what kind of a survey that we had done, how we conclude this phenomena. So, we conducted a survey between the students with the age group starting from 16 and ending at 21. The in this survey, a questionnaire was made, and our targeted audience was 50% men and 50% women also. So, what was the questions and what was the responses of that questionnaire? Let me show you. Our first question was, are male students more likely to experience a gender discrimination? So, 55.6% people think that male students are not likely to experience a gender discrimination as compared to a female. So it means that 55.6% people think that male students are not likely to experience a gender discrimination. So our next question was, male are more likely to show gender-based behavior. So 88.9%, it is almost 90% people voted for yes. It means that I have explained Males prefer men considered males as compared to female. Our next question was, female students are more likely to experience gender discrimination, and the response was 77.8% people voted for yes. It means that female students are more likely to experience a gender discrimination. Girls are the most common victim of this discrimination. The next question is, ever seen your friend experiencing a gender discrimination? And again, 77.8% people thinks that yes, they are seeing their friends experiencing a gender discrimination. But if yes, if they are facing a gender discrimination, if they are experiencing a gender discrimination, then what they think exactly about it? And almost 90% people thinks that the gender discrimination is a major concern, and only 11.1% people thinks that gender discrimination does not exist. The next question is, has gender discrimination affected your academic performance? And again, 66.7% people voted for yes. It means that majority is think that gender discrimination is affected their academic performance. Our next question was forms of a gender discrimination that everyone is experiencing. And 66.7% people feel, 66.7% people experience a gender discrimination in the form of unethical talk, while 22.2% people think that gender discrimination, they're experiencing a gender discrimination in a grading a test, and 11.1% people experiencing a gender discrimination the other forms. The next question was, what was their emotional response to our gender discrimination? And majority, again majority, 66.7% people feel helpless, and 22.2% people show their aggression, and 11.1% people show frustration. Next question was, does this gender-based behavior still continues? And 88.9% people voted for yes. It means that 90% people still think that gender-based behavior continues. Did you ever report to authority? And 100% people never report their authority. The next question was, ever dealt this problem with yourself? And again, 100% people face gender discrimination and they deal with this problem by their self. So I am going to conclude this topic by only 11.1% people think that gender discrimination does not exist, while 88.9% audience prefer male over female. Achieving a gender equality is a long-term project. Men and women have similar educational background, which tend to a narrow career outcomes. Thank you.
Very well done, Zameen. It was a very good presentation and you presented very well. And your slides were also very perfect. But one suggestion which I want to give you is that whenever you prepare your PPT slides, don't add those background pictures or those pictures which are not relevant. Even if those pictures are inbuilt in your theme, then avoid using that theme. Okay, it's just a suggestion. The theme or the content was very much perfect. Okay, so it is just a suggestion for your future future work as well. That if I talk about the table of your title page where your gender discrimination is written, where the picture was of the laptop um, or the keyboards. So that was totally irrelevant to gender discrimination. And in the rest of the PPT slides, the background was related to a bridge. So I think that was the theme of that particular slide. But if there is a theme, you should avoid that theme as well. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Otherwise, it was a very good presentation, or it was a very Ramin presented also very well. So Hafsa is here.
Yes, ma'am.
So Hafsa, I have a question from you.
Yes.
That uh, from where did you collect the data? What was the population?
Ma'am, we conducted a survey, online survey किया था, as universities are closed. We conducted a survey from university students. We prepared a questionnaire and we asked our fellows and friends and different people to fill this questionnaire. The age from was um, 16 to 21, and in this way we conducted a survey. This was our methodology.
So how many people were there?
Ma'am,
Because Ramin said that 50% males and
yes, ma'am.
50% females. I just wanted to know about the number of males and females.
Yes, ma'am. We conducted survey from 30%, in which 15 were girls and 15 were boys. So it was 50-50.
Thank you very much. Danish?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ji, Danish, as we are talking about gender discrimination, so I want your opinion and I want you to tell me about either gender discrimination is always negative or it is sometimes positive as well. What is your opinion? It's not related to the project.
Ma'am, actually, I didn't understand your question. Matlab, whether you are asking ke we are preferring males over females or females over males. I didn't get your question.
Your opinion on gender discrimination. I want just your opinion. Either it is always negative, but you think that in every context, gender discrimination is negative, or sometimes it is positive as well. It's not related to male over female or female over male. I'm just asking your opinion in some context. You can give
Ma'am,
examples as well.
all right, ma'am. Basically, the word discrimination is always taken as negative. Like
Yes.
when we discriminate something like racism, you can take as an example. Like we discriminate white people and black people. So discrimination, according to me, is basically considered always negative. It might be positive from others' point of view, but I consider discrimination negative because we shouldn't be discriminating like males from females or black over whites, etc. So I consider that discrimination of any sort is always negative.
Okay. And what about males over females and females over males? Because when we talk about it, this is the only you people that you are talking about discrimination of females over males as well. Because mostly when we consider this word, gender discrimination, we always think that it means that males over females. So it was a good thing that you are also considering discrimination on females over males as well. So, what do you think that which condition is more in our society? Males over females or females over males?
Ma'am, if we think about generally, like not considering the education system, I think people still consider males over females. People like mostly there are still in backward areas or in villages, people still prefer boys over females. Like as we have example of previous time, like we can take from the time of our prophet. people used to bury their female child alive, and it still continues in a lot of cities, countries. People prefer males over females. They think that males are their right hand, matlab they don't consider females that they can do anything. They think if they have a male child, he would continue their family or something. They do not prefer females because they think they are superior. They do not have enough power, or physical power or emotional power, basically. So people still prefer males over female in our society.
Thank you very much. Okay, I have one last question, just for the sake of discussion. Any one of you can give me the answer. Is there any example which you can share where females are preferred on males? Because we have a lot of examples where males are being preferred. Any one of you, where you think that females are more preferred? G, any one of you can share the example other than the group members? It is just for the sake of discussion.
Yes, ma'am, I can share.
Yes, Ehtisham.
Ma'am, in professional life, many of companies prefer girls instead of boys, okay, because they think that girls can work for long term. Because if somebody is hiring an employee, uh, boys का ये होता है कि they start business, they don't work for long term. लेकिन गर्ल्स का ये माइंड नहीं होता कि उन्होंने बिजनेस करना होता, तो काफी कंपनीज में गर्ल्स को प्रेफर किया जाता है, और कॉल सेंटर के अंदर भी गर्ल्स को प्रेफर किया जाता है क्योंकि उनका जो आउटपुट होता है वो ज्यादा होता है। और ये जो है, जो मतलब मैंने खुद जज की हुई है। और इसके अलावा भी जो है ये डिस्क्रिमिनेशन चलती है, मतलब गर्ल्स को प्रेफर किया जाता है काफी जगह पे भी, मतलब जहाँ पे पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट है वहाँ पे नेगेटिव भी है, काफी जगह पे नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट है और काफी जगह पे पॉजिटिव भी है।
Ehtisham is right.
Yes, ma'am. Ehtisham is right.
There are many situations where females are more preferred than males, and they have different opinion. And if we talk about this, that females are they are investing for females for getting a long run profit. So there are some companies as well who are not preferring females because they think that female get married and they will not join a company after their marriage. So they prefer males as well for that purpose, because they want long term investment from their employee. So there are different situations, and according to these different situations, they prefer either female or male. I think Zanish wanted to add something.
Ma'am, basically I wanted to say that like it is just a basic example in our daily lives. Like we always say ladies first. So sometimes girls get advantage, maybe in a queue or something, or getting their forms first or something like that. They get advantage. It's a minor one, but it counts.
Right, you are right. So thank you very much. It was a very good startup for the presentation, and I acknowledge all of your efforts. Your presentations were very fine, and your slides were also very fine. Now,
मैम,
Thank you, ma'am.
मैम उस्मान शायद आगे like he
Ma'am,
wants
Usman aa gaya, haan ji.
Acha, Usman is here. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Usman, can you tell me the purpose of your report?
Yes, ma'am.
Purpose of this report. What was your purpose? Your camera is not on, beta.
मैम कैमरा इशू आ रहा है उसके ड्राइवर्स का। मैम बेसिकली दिस रिपोर्ट इज टू चेक के हाउ एज गर्ल्स के ऊपर वो कितना केसेस होते हैं, और साथ में ये सब देखने के लिए।
Can you repeat it?
मैम टू चेक जेंडर डिफरेंशिएशन के किस जेंडर को कितना दिया जाता है.
Okay. So, what were your conclusions? What you concluded from your report?
मैम यही कि दोनों को प्रेफर करना चाहिए हर जगह पे इक्वली, ये नहीं कि सिर्फ मेल को ही आगे रखा जाए.
Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you very much. It was a good startup, and I am hoping to have more better and more good presentations in our next class. And I acknowledge your efforts for joining this session today. And I just want to discuss about the topic on which I have shared my videos. I have shared 2 recorded videos on interview skills and tips and techniques. So I want all of you to watch the videos, and I have assigned you an assignment in which you have to record a 30 to 60 seconds video of yours, and you have to handle it in that particular Google Classroom where I have assigned you. So when you will watch those 2 recorded sessions, you will have a knowledge about interviews and the skills and tips and techniques. And for your reading, I have written that you need to read the chapter from Raman Meenakshi book named as Interviews. Okay, that is in your syllabus. You need to read from there. And the assignment which I have assigned you is on elevator pitch. When you will read the chapter and when you will watch my videos, then you will come to know what actually elevator pitch is. Actually, elevator pitch is a technique according to which uh, you can tell the answer to this question, that is, tell me about yourself, or introduce yourself, because this question is the very first question which most of the interviewers ask for you whenever you are in interview session. So I want you to prepare your own answer for this particular question, that tell me about yourself or how to introduce yourself. So in that particular assignment, I have also uploaded my own video where I have explained what is elevator pitch, and I have added my own elevator page as well in that particular session. So you can get help from there. And what you need to do, you need to read the chapter named as interviews. You have you have 2 recordings, and you have 1 recording where I have added my own elevator pitch. After this, if you feel any problem in writing your elevator pitch or in your video, you can come to me or you can contact me, and I can help you there. Okay, I think there is someone who is raising his hand.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Gigi.
Ma'am, I have watched your videos and I need to ask one thing. कि ma'am, हमने बस like we just have to introduce ourselves, like we have to just tell our academic background, or do we have to add something else? Like we are still studying.
You are still studying. So if you have any achievement, because I know you that you have done some task in your academic as well. So you can add your when I write this thing achievement, it doesn't relate it to only your professional field. It could be in your academic field as well. Okay, so you need the purpose of elevator pitch is to tell to pitch yourself or your skills to your interviewer. So after that, they feel and they come up with an interest in you, or they ask some questions to you. Okay, so it's not related to only this thing that you, if you don't have experience, that how you can and what things you can add in your elevator pitch. If even if you don't have any experience, you need to introduce yourself to them in a very attractive manner. Or one more thing, it's this question is not only related to interview sessions. Whenever you talk with your in a meeting, or whenever you are sitting in a meeting or in a conference, and someone is meeting you for the first time, they can ask you that tell me about yourself, tell me something about yourself. So you need to prepare your introduction. It's just about your introduction, that how you introduce yourself towards the person who do not know you. Okay, so you need to make a video of 30 to 60 seconds that looks like that interesting, or uh, after watching that video, even if I am watching that video, you have to explain yourself, and you have to pitch your skills or your achievement. Two things: skill and achievement, what unique you have. Okay, so forget about any job and forget about any interviewer. Tell me about yourself. Okay, and you can add your skill, any unique skill you have, any unique achievement you have had, so that after watching that pitch, this question should be come in my mind, that I want to ask him or her about this achievement. How did she get it? Okay, are you getting it, Zanish?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, one more question. Can we mention our internships?
Yes. In your achievements, in your skills, you can tell anything, any project you did, any internship you did, any meeting you attended, and where you had you achieved something, or any your you can add any example of your skill as well. So you can tell anything which is unique in you. So pitching your skill or your achievement is just like that in your 30 to 60 seconds you are pitching your skills, and it means this question should come in my mind, that I want to talk more to Zanish. I want to
All right,
ask
ma'am. Thank you.
more questions to her. Okay,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
welcome.
मैम लेकिन हम लोग इंटरव्यू की वीडियो कैसे बनाएंगे? मतलब इंटरव्यू में तो ये होता है ना कि लाइक जो इंटरव्यूअर होता है दे ही कीप ऑन आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस, और जिस भी फील्ड का वो इंटरव्यू होता है हम लोग उसके रेलेवेंट आंसर्स देते हैं उसको। इस तरह अगर मार्केटिंग की कंपनी में हम जाएंगे तो डिफरेंट मतलब जॉब के हिसाब से होता है ना इंटरव्यू।
तो आप अपने कंप्यूटर से रिलेटेड अपनी स्किल्स और अचीवमेंट्स बता सकते हैं, आपने वही बतानी है। आई एम जस्ट गिविंग
जो हमने बेसिकली सीवी में हमने मेंशन की होती हैं चीजें, वही हमने बेसिकली वीडियो में उसको एक्सप्लेन करना है।
you this question just to prepare for your interview. I am just explaining this to Zanish. Sham, repeat it.
मैम मैं ये कह रहा था कि जो मतलब मुझे समझ नहीं आ रही, इंटरव्यू की बात हो रही थी, वो आपका बीच में माइक ऑफ हो गया था, मुझे समझ नहीं आई।
हाँ जी, मैं ये कह रही थी कि this question which I have given you, or in which I have asked that to make a video on that particular question, this is totally relevant to the interview session, that how you are going to introduce yourself in an interview session. So it is specifically for the interview session, where you need to tell your achievements on your skills related to your field. Okay, so I was just explaining this to Zanish, that it should be related to your field. It should not be if you don't have experience. Okay, Ihtisham, if you don't have experience, so what you are going to tell your interviewers?
I will tell him that what subjects I have studied and what is my specialization.
Yes.
And
it's all about that what you achieved. It's not related to specifically for your for the experience of any company. What if you don't have experience? It should be related to your field. Like you are BScs student, you will explain your achievements or your skills related to your field. But don't bother this thing that if you don't have experience, what you are going to tell them. Your skills and achievements are not dependent on your experience. You can tell your skills and achievements related to your academic as well.
Okay, ma'am, I got it.
Ma'am, what if our achievements are not related to our field? So, like we are BScs students, and what if we have organized an event or something?
So it's your skill. It's your skill. Sometimes it's your soft skill, that management skill. So sometimes these skills are not related to your field. Okay, hard skills are always related to your field. Soft skills are related to your personality.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
Any other question? Ji Daud, do you have any question? Any other question, beta? I think no. Okay, beta. Thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for these presentations. We will meet in the next class, and if you have any query related to your video, you can contact me, or you can come to my office as well, because I'm in university on the daily basis. Okay. Thank you very much, and Allah Hafiz.